Oh, there I am. There I am gone. Oh, technology. What can you do? It's a little different because if you're here the other day, you'll know I couldn't get the camera to work. And now, after messing around, I started messing around and putting stuff together. So, hence, it's a little different. But unfortunately, you still have to put up the same me. But you can't have everything, can you? Life would be not so great. Uh-oh. Oh, it's that stuff. You see? You see what happens when you think everything's good? Oh, it ain't that good. So I need to do that. Then that. And then it all becomes clear as mud. So we won't do that first. We'll do that later. And I'm not going to go through all of it because I've been through all of it before and you obviously weren't paying attention because you didn't say nothing. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a little bit of a little bit. Which is basically not much. If I can get that in that. Whoop, no. No, you don't. Don't you dare. That will do nicely. Haha. See, it's only taken me years and years and years to get used to this, but hey ho. Hello, Sophia. How are you? Greetings. Indeed, indeed. So, before I get into that, let me explain the white rabbit that I keep talking about. So, there's a white rabbit asteroid that in 2017, pretty important year, in 2017, probably just after functioning the junction, whatever those things were in those days, a white rabbit asteroid and Jupiter were in and just coming out of the womb of Virgo. And now they are in Aquarius, along with the Sun and Venus and the Moon. And Mars is in Capricorn, methinks. And the white rabbit can be associated with Revelation 13, I think, and 12 or whatever. There is to be a union, a divine union. And a lot of things are going to come together in order that this union takes place. So just lately, I've been telling you, life is scripted. We're all just playing a part. And everything that's going to happen, it's going to happen. And you're going to do and say and react in the ways that you're meant to do, say, and react. Because it's already written. And just like the marching of time, which isn't real, but just like that, the movement of the planets, these things will take place. And they will happen the way that they're supposed to happen. Or in the way that the universe, source, father, ancestor spirits, whatever that you want to say is responsible for it. So this is going to happen. And people are able to see, hear, feel events. So at the moment, there is talk that our king might not make it through this month, and that William will be king and he will act quite, I don't know what the right word is. Quite, how will I act? Quite, not severe. It will seem severe, but it's not severe. It's an inevitable action that takes place in regard to his family. That's interesting. So we can look forward to, not look forward, well, we can look forward by looking, but not look forward as in, it's a happy thing. The UK is already going through some stuff, and it might be going through some more stuff. But it's already written. It's going to happen. There's nothing anyone can do to change these events. Which was the story of, is it Jonah? If you find one or good people amongst these, then I will spare them. And so the effort was made to find the good people and have everybody join in. Good times, happy times, because happiness is the pot. So the white rabbit is part of that, not just in outer space, here on Earth too, in one way, shape, form, or another. So let's go to waters, because as we all know, in The Thrill of the Chase, given to us by Major Forrest Fenn, we were told the chest is waiting for a clump of a boot. Did that happen? No. There was some disturbed soil and some looking around, but there wasn't actually a clump of a boot. How is that possible? It was said by the creator, who should know, because it was created by him, that the chest is waiting for that specific event, whatever that event may be. And most people would assume, wrongly of course, that it meant a boot stuck to somebody's foot, and that is what the chest is waiting for. The connection of a boot on the chest, or whatever it was, with a clump. Jack didn't mention anything about a clumping or a thud or anything along those lines. But then Jack found the chest that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, and not the treasure chest that we were all looking for. Now, I've explained to you why the words mean what they mean in Fenn speak, and it seems like people aren't listening. So let me explain again why, when somebody speaks to you, they are giving you information. Even if they're lying to you, they are giving you information. Now, if they are lying to you, remember, not all the truth, he said. If they are lying to you, they are giving you at least some of the information that you need, or they are hiding the information that is the truth so you don't know the truth, which is probably what's happening all around the world now with the politicians and the evil people, let's say, of the world. They can tell you the truth to your face and you would not know about the bad things that they're doing. So, Forrest said, just before the chest is found, these things are, about draining the pond. Redneck, hiya, how you doing? Chase Inc. Oh no, we're going to talk about Chase in a minute. I forgive you for me to set me free, drop the anchors, and live my life at ease. Wow, where's that come from? Thank you for giving me, not forgiving me, but for forgiving me. Thank you. I don't know what I've done, but thanks. I don't mind being forgiven. I don't forgive. Like I said, I haven't judged anybody, so I can't forgive you because there's no judgment there in the first place. So I can't forgive something that I haven't judged. That's an impossibility on my part. So draining the pond. Remember, we're looking at waters. Now, you could have had a solve that was at Warm Lake, Warm Reservoir, Warm Creek, Warm Spring, and so on. Now, you need to pay attention to these words because these words, or some of these words, at least a couple of these words, are going to come up later in regard to the clump of a boot. Well, well, well. So these things Forrest talked about, and you probably wondered why, or you didn't. You know, Ice Lake, which is where some people went with the GPS solve, just down the road, down the, wherever it's called, creek, I can't remember. But, hang on, I didn't pay any attention to it. Go back. Because there'll be no paddle up your waters. Now that puts a whole new complexion on it. Begin it where warm waters halt. And if there's another word for waters, there will definitely paddle up that creek. It would be impossible while it is still waters. Remember, as we'll see in a minute, what water means or waters mean. So we're going to have to drain the pond. Warm river could have been a solve. Warm, well, people were at the sink anyway because people thought it was there, etc., etc. Warm springs. Geyser. Warm being Old Faithful and geyser. And there will be no paddle up your geyser. It is water, but the water is going up. And once you see it, look quickly down. Warm spa, if there's such a place. Out of the blue, my father said, how deep is a hole? How deep is a creek? How deep is a pond? How deep is a sink? More salt. Salt is pretty important. It was a riches. So remember, you could have gone to a place like that because those are the words that it means. If there was one of those places in the front of the chat, it would have been wrong. Let me just add, it would have been wrong, but it would have been a good way of thinking that Forrest was telling you to go to Warm Brook, Warm River, Warm Spring, Warm Creek. Run, Forrest! The Born Identity. Let's do down the bio. The Gill. Let's do some scrapbooks about these things because we're going to drain the pond. Hang on. We're going to waters the waters. Okay. Which means we're going to geyser the geyser, or river the river, or creek the creek, or the spring, or the creek, or the chute, A parachute. Oh, finger in the dike. Cut. So Forrest did, you know, give us all of these words. Not all the words you see here, but the words that I'm highlighting, but I'm not going to go through it over and over, like Main Street and stuff like that. The sink. The dike. Ah, again, the word chase, along with the word thrill that keeps coming up. Did you chase your toe in it? Well, did you? Do you feel lucky, punk? A warm mine. So another scrapbook with the word lead in that didn't make any sense. And here's ha ha without the ha, which was very funny because it isn't ha ha ha. So some was at Berkeley Pit, Flaming Gorge. Whoa, hang on. Whoa. We have a creek and a canyon and waters. Begin it where warm waters halt and take it in the canyon down. Begin it where warm canyon halt and take it in the canyon down. So now you could have gone to any of these and still been wrong. But the thinking would have been sound. It would have been deep thinking. Remember, we just had deep. So you've been thinking about waters, deep thinking, and the thinking would have been sound, except it would have been incorrect because you were not using logic with that thinking. So within the thinking, there would have been tears. People would do souls because of the tears, which, fair enough. Here it is. The logic was deep because it's waters, deep thinking, but no logic involved. It was always raining at borders. So we've had the drain and we've got the ponds, and it could have been any of these. Now, I hope you're paying attention to the words because these words are going to come back in a minute to explain why the blaze is the blaze. So take these words in. Ah, that's why there's more than one Jose, because they're Jose's. Jose and Jose B makes them Jose's. More than one. Hoses, because they're waters and not water. It is not Jose one hose. It is Jose's more than one, which is Jose and Jose B. Or just for us, hoses. So these sort of words were given to us by Forrest in his book and other places. So this was my play on Watership Down plus the rabbit. Some doctors, or a doctor if there is only one of them. And if you find that, you find the treasure. What is that meaning? What does that mean? Well, we're going to find out. We are going to find out what it could possibly mean while Forrest is running. Leaks. So Ben and Ashley did a show on the word leak, wondering why we're going to use that word leak. Why that word? Well, that word is a pretty important word. It means quite a few things, but it's talking about the blaze. So we have waters. Now, bearing in mind that CLOMP and boot mean the same thing. So one synonyms to the fact that there's so many of them, I'm not going to go through it all. Redek Sophia, what's, and I can't see that bit, happy Friday the 13th. Oh no, I am so close to being out of Friday the 13th. And you shouldn't be worried about 13 because 13 is a good number. You've just been lied to about it. What happening? MJ, hello, and Dave, hello. Again, Hi, Redneck Express. Tonight I will be talking about Chad Bird, Posey, and JCB on the show. Yeah, I don't think I will be talking about them, but are if you are mentioning them, then I don't need to talk about them. I don't need to talk about them if you are mentioning them because you already know. So I'm not going to go through all of these words, including those shoes that Forrest would wear and jeans. So remember, clomp and boot. That is. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Maybe we need to set some people straight here. It's not something I normally, do, but some people don't give in, and they need to realize I am not someone you should fuck around with ever. And when I say something that is the truth, whether you like it or not, is irrelevant to me. And when you come back at me, I will just come back at you with more truth and make you look more stupid than you already do. I've already told people this, but they don't listen. So let's. So Frisson was mentioned in the chase, the thrill of the chase, and we just said the word chase. Remember, boot and clomp, same thing. So Forrest was just having boot or thrill or chase or water high. Remember, you're waiting for the clomp of a boot. So just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the what? The blaze. Okay, remember those words from before. Waters, where warm waters halt, is where you need to be. Here, for the clump of a boot, we're at the thrill, having fun. Here they are. The thrill of the chase, having fun, and we are high along with our joy and salt, remember, contentment, all of those things that are riches. Sharing in Forrest Fenn's adventure and maybe getting some gas money while doing it. Maybe, baby, because remember, joy, Posey, joy, contentment, Forrest, and happiness is the pot in the thrill, the fun of the chase, having a blast while we are high, or at least seeing something that is high so as we can look quickly down after having seen it. Now, listen, there's more. This is the name of said chest that is waiting for the clump of a indulgence or thrill or fun or high or happiness or joy or any of those words that I've already mentioned. Because the name of the chest, indulgence, is also the word boot. And indulgence is waiting for the clump of a indulgence. I don't know. Seems to be something a bit weird going on there. So, it will be here somewhere. So I'm not going to go through it all because I don't need to go through it all. You've already seen it. There's part of what I want to tell you, but I want the full version of it because it was shot. Now, the bullet is a term that the chest is waiting for. Boot. And it was shot. The bullet was shot. What does shot mean? And how high will he bounce? Remember, we just had high. It's same, 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 same. So let's go to the important bit because there is so much here which talks about shot and all sorts of things, but let's go to the bit that this is really about. Because I didn't do this last time because it takes so long. So long to go through all these words. See what I do for you? What a good person I am. You've probably already seen the word, but hey ho, or hoy. So remember those words from before? From the other word, waters. Because it plays into the boot that you will see, that you have to look high. Remember, heavy loads of water, high, and look quickly down. Because you will have seen something that was high and went quickly down, which is waters that we just saw. So, what could it be? Hello, Peg. So now there's a shy guy. Hang on. Related to the waters, related to the high shy guy who would drive to the first clue. Aim to the left, always drawing nigh, ever drawing nigh, sorry. His aim was off. Remember the words from before. Excuse me. Jack is a jerk. Slough Creek. Forrest was a can-do kind of guy who wanted that gun. Doug had a nice shed. Give you title. Hang on, let me get rid of these people. Give me information. Not because I don't like their information, but they're in the way and I can't see. Bum, 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 bum. What if it is not an issue? Remember, his last flight to where even memory had not been. Remember the words. Because they are high words. Jump start the learning curve. A doctor, we've already had doctor, and Pepper. Does that ring a bell to anybody? Cynthia Meacham. Does she come to mind? This word first, this word second, this word first, this word second. Does anything come to mind in regard to those two words that mean exactly the same thing? Some pepper spray. Jack is a jerk. And it's in my head. So we have a geezer and we have spray from that geezer. And that spray from that geezer is what? Heavy loads and water high. And if you've been wise and seen that spray that is in Forrest Fenn's head, you will have been wise. And at that point, you will be looking quickly down. Something that Jack did actually admit to, having looked up and down and up and down and up and down. So the blaze is a boot. The blaze is a boot. What is it you needed to do? Be wise and found the blaze. What would the boot, indulgence, be waiting for? Someone to find it, find it, find the blaze, find indulgence, find the spray, find the water high, find the fucking place. That's what it's waiting for. That's what it's waiting for. Sorry, that's what it was waiting for. Waiting for. So you had to find the blaze. And if you found the boot, the chest would have been found. You would have had your hands on the chest at the last clue, giving you hands on the chest because it was waiting for the clump of a boot. So you just had to find indulgence. Sorry, I missed. Put in motion. If you found the blaze, so if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down. Put in everything that I've said, I have told you the truth. And in everything that Forrest said, it boils down to that one word, doesn't it? I give you title to the gold. I give. I give you title, even though Jack is a jerk. Now, long time ago, a long time ago, I told you about the words in the poem. I solved this poem in so many ways. The I's, the ands, eyes, ands. What's the other one? The eyes. There's three. The eyes, the ands. I can't remember now. That's how long ago it was. The eyes, the ends, and I can't remember. Wow, that's crazy. Another, excuse me, word in the poem that has nine of them. Anyway, I can give one of them. I can give you already have done. Something like that is one of the statements. Another one is to do with the water marvel. So all three of those joined together tell you about a water marvel and how you can be given. You already have done. I can give you already have done. I can't remember. I'll have to do another one with it. I can't remember what it is, but part of it was the words. These are the words in the poem, and they make a sentence based on using the words around the words that there are 9 of. So the word after I is can. So you take that word out. The word after I is give. You take that out. And then you put them all together and it makes a sentence. But you have to add all of those 3 together and it gives you a full sentence of the water marvel that you found. And because of finding that water marvel, Forrest can give you title. So I don't know why I went down there, but I did. So Slough Creek was talked about quite a lot. And now you know why. Because it is scrapbook about a catapult. Where's it gone? Where's the spray gone? There, I've gone past it. Did I go all the way down? Ah, some more prodding. So the spray that is high. The pepper spray that is high. So it's a doctor spray that you're going to buy. Was he in the shower? Or was he just giving you information for that last flight where even memory has not been? The catch was easy to release, or whatever was said. Did he eject? Was he a shy guy? Shoot. So, what is the project that Forrest Fenn had in his desk? Three books, and a what? What is it when you release a book? Is it the launch? So you have 3 books and a project. What if the project was the launch of 3 books? There's Treasure Inside, The Unbreakable Thread, Beyond the Map's Edge. One of them may be written by an eclectic, a collector. Hang on a minute, wasn't Forrest eclectic? Isn't that an important word, eclectic? I'm getting confirmation like mad on my computer. Why is it not sounding on my phone? Is they all coming up there? Is my volume down? Or is my phone? Why is my phone off? It still didn't sound. So, an eclectic person, a person that collects things, has a launch. 3 launches and a project, or a project to launch 3 books. I wonder. Why wonder? Move with confidence. Not far, but too far to walk. Down a hole, and up a hole is too far to walk. And, you just saw the word land, land is not an issue. In that hole, which is water as well. So, if land is not an issue, bless you, and you are looking at the blaze, which is too many in it, too many. Where was high? Remember, the bullet is shot, so part of that is gravy. What was it? Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy were on the thing. The phone was too far down the hall, and his father was upset at that because where's the car going to be? Denver Museum. Where would the chest be if it was with Forrest in his car? I don't think it'd be on the front seat. I don't think it'd be in the back seat. I think it would be in the boot. I really think it would be in the boot. Oh, where's High gone? So, the boot is the blaze, but it is also the thrill, chase. That's what I was looking for. Hello, Frisson. Dr. Frisson. Find the doctor. Find the... Uh-oh, I can't find the treasure. Where is it? Oh, no, I've lost the treasure. Where's the indulgence? So, found Frisson. I need to find indulgence. There's happiness. Happiness. There it is. So, find the doctor. Dr. Frisson. This is not the only doctor that I found. Remember, there's other doctors. But here I find Dr. Frisson, and now I find the treasure. Having found the doctor, hang on, gets worse, or better. So found the doctor, found the treasure, just having fun at the high blaze in the thrill of the chase. All in one bit. And it was all done with the clump of a boot. All of it was done with the clump of a boot. Find the doctor in the thrill, having fun at high, on the adventure, sharing his adventure. Remember, sharing his passion. There's some joy, some happiness. Remember, it's just all the same thing. There's treasure inside, joy, contentment, salt, all of it, all the same thing. Happiness, remember the show. And then, I've lost it again. There he is. The indulgence. All while having a ball, a string. So, excuse me. The indulgence is what we went searching for. That's what we went searching for. No one can disagree with that. That's what we went searching for. And we were told that it wasn't found because somebody asked the question, the person that was supposed to have found something, is this the chest that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. Now we have an issue. Now we can't send that chest to auction. Because the contents of the chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, can go to heritage. That's not an issue. But the chest, that can't go to auction. Because the treasure is in the chest. You see what a wonderful web we weave when we choose to deceive. If you're admitting that that is the chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, that he found, then that should have gone to auction. But it can't do because it has the treasure in it. And Jack didn't find the treasure. He found the stuff that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. Not only that, the olive jar went to the auction, apparently, and that wasn't in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. Not in that picture. Not on the dust cover. Not at all. So there is an issue with, is this the chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. But then why isn't it at auction? Now, I know people come up with all these bullshit answers, but they can't. They can't put it in the heritage auction because it has the real treasure in it. So whichever chest went to auction, everyone would know it wasn't the real chest. As we found out with Justin. Because the real chest has the real treasure in it. The chest that nobody seems to know where it is. Well, some people know where it is. Or where it should have been. See how it works? Like, the truth is the truth. And it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. It will always be the truth. And the information you get, while not being all, remember I did the word all, excuse me, very important, while not being all of the truth, it was the truth. And in this Fenn speak, this Fenn talk, you can find all of the truth. That pepper spray, that indulgence, that fun, that thrill, that happiness, that joy, that getting gas money, that adventure is all part any part of some is better than no part of any. Find a doctor at the blaze, in the thrill, having fun, on your adventure, getting gas money, and the fireworks. Let's not forget those. I'm not flipping lying. I have no need to lie. I tell you the truth because it's the truth. And I know the truth because in the beginning was the Word. And the Word, hallelujah. Why did why go? So we never knew who the Creator was. Because if we did, Forrest says, I hope no one ever finds out. And that's what the evil sons of bitches said when they claimed a creation. They said, can we get away with this? Can we destroy this person that wants to wake everybody up, that is talking about Christ consciousness? So they destroyed him and then used him, his name, maybe even his energy, to create the bullshit that we live in today. And enough's enough. So, I've told you already, I got a word from Forrest, enough. And that word will stick with me forever because he's 100% right. Enough. And I truly mean enough. Good men are not easy to anger. And they are not quick to respond. When you push a good man too far, you can guarantee that that good man will not rest until all that is meant to be corrected is corrected. Every single injustice that has been done to this planet will be rectified. You have the choice to help in it or be separated from it. That is your choice. I'm about to eat me. Oh no, that sounds very weird. Very, very weird. Dave, why are you bitter? I thought it was lager. The cream-coloured sofa speaks. What? Hey, Whistling, how you doing? Just starting to rain and it is bitter outside. Yeah, I think Father has a weird sense of humour. I said that I was going to go and get some tablets if they would stop it raining. Oh, they stopped it raining all right. They started making it snow. I was like, no. That is not what I meant. I meant stop anything coming down from the sky. Don't change the rain into snow. Stop everything falling down. It stopped, but it's like, very funny. And somebody said before that, when it rains, it snows. And I thought, what the fuck's that supposed to mean? And then I knew. So yeah, I asked, if you stop it raining, I'll go out and get the tablets. So they stopped it raining and made it snow. I was like, no. That's not what I meant. I meant stop anything coming down. If it's dry, then I'll go out, but I'm not going out if it's wet. So it's lager outside, apparently, to Sophia. Or ale. Ale. Hey there, don't bother me. Hey there, don't bother me. So I've done those. I need some food. I've got to get to the store. Okay, is that the pantry? Or is that like a real store that you have to give money to? Don't forget the Natty Light, David. Natty Light? What the heck is a Natty Light? I have a few Bud Ice left from Super Bowl. Oh, how did that go? Was I right in was it Patriots? Was it Patriots, somebody said? My team drew the other day. Dang. Which is not bad because the team they drew with are in sixth place, but could have done with a win. We had a last chance right at the end, but here's what it is. Still 4 points clear. Still doing the do for the time being. We've got a cup game, so wish us all the best against Wigan. Supposedly, it should be, not a tough game, but when you play teams like that, they tend to play their second team, not the first team. And then that sort of evens out, or supposedly evens out, the skill level of players. So it makes it supposedly a harder game. But we'll see. We will see. The pressure is on us, and they must cope with it. Icebergs for a 30-pack. Oh, well, you're supposed to get a 6-pack from the end of the chase. What are stinks and dinks? Is that a regional thing? Stinks and dinks? Ugh. Whatever it is, it don't sound good. Well, I suppose dinking is all right, but stinking. Stinks and dinks. Well, hang on. Just from my own imagination, I'm thinking stinks are cigarettes or cigars or pipes. And dinks might be a cup of tea. And you can dink your biscuit. I don't know, but stinks and dinks sounds like, to me, that's what that sounds like to me. Oh, but it's beans and hot dogs. A dink. No, I prefer my version. Smelly cigarettes or cigars and pipes. And a drink. But beans and hot dogs. Stink, I suppose, yeah, Blazing Saddles. I suppose Blazing Saddles comes along, but dinks, I don't know. I can understand stinks. How do you dink a hot dog? Did you dink your toe in it? Jumbo Franks for everyone. Hooray! Some tomato ketchup on mine. I'm not a mustard person, really. Oh, I don't mind mustard, but ketchup first. I made something the other day. I don't think people... So, actually, probably both of my past wives will say the same sort of thing about... I used to make... Well, Yvonne called them concoctions. So, I suppose people probably have... I don't even know if they have that or not. Maybe it's just me. But they put jam or ketchup or something on their toast. And I put gravy on mine. So that instant gravy, those granules, I make it into a thick sort of sauce, like the tomato sauce, ketchup type sauce. And then I spread it on my... Well, no, I lie. I put in some pepper, mix it up, and then spread it on my toast, and it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Bisto, I don't know if you have it over there. I don't know if you do that gravy stuff, but it is amazing. It's better than ketchup, better than beans on toast, better than... Is it better than egg on toast with bacon and stuff? Yeah, it's in a taste of its own. So, gravy on toast. I eat a lot of weird things, but that's what happens when you have a bit of a rough life. When you're homeless and when you're trying to get from one day to the next, you tend to try everything. And then in some days, it's like, wow, this is gorgeous. And other days, you're like, oh my God, I can't have that again. Can't have that again. I don't watch Sports Bowl. Sports Bowl. OMG, the quad god fell twice. What? The quad god. What? What does that mean? The quad god fell twice. It must be that quadplet. You didn't answer. Was it the Patriots? Didn't even say who won. Like, I'm waiting. Like the chess, like indulgence. I'm waiting for stuff. Information. Who won? Figure skating. The quad god. Oh, last time I saw that was Torval and Dean. doing that stuff. I don't watch it now. I have to admit, I didn't think, well, either of them were that attractive, really. Seattle won. The Seahawks. Who told me the Patriots were going to win then? What the heck do they know? Don't cheer my bloody team on then if you can't get that right. That is not a name that I associate with the Super Bowl. Not that I follow the Super Bowl much, but I can't remember them winning it or their name being attributed to win. They probably did, but it's just not a name that jumps out at me and says, oh, yeah, they've won the Super Bowl before. Oh, you can't use that swear word here. What the heck is that? Manchester United? Who are they? So they're probably one of the best teams that we've had in England. And I say probably. People get hooked up on, if you haven't won anything, you're not very good. Well, I don't always believe that. I think you can be good, but just not fortunate. In everything that you do, you have to have some sort of fortune, some sort of luck. You know, the gods being with you, along with, you know, you've got to be good enough in the first place. And there's no denying that they have a legacy that needs to be respected. But in all that's been done, I'm not saying it because it's my team. Well, I am. Am I? Confirmation, no, I'm not saying it because it's my team. I'm being honest. Arsenal are the only team, they're not the oldest team, although they exist very close to the oldest team, the Cray, in London. They are the only team from the original Football League that has never, you probably don't have it there, but have never been relegated outside of that league. So you probably don't have it there, but we have 4 leagues, the Premier League being the best, the Championship second, Division 1, Division 2, something like that. And we've been in the top flight. And if you fail in the top flight, you go down to the next one. If you fail in that one, you go down to the next one. If you fail in that, you go down to the next one. So the bottom 3 clubs or whatever. And we've never been relegated. Well, I tell a lie. We should have been relegated once around the war. But it stopped and then started again, and we were still in that league for whatever reason. Don't know. And if I do know, I'm not going to say. So we've always been in the top flight where all these other teams have all been relegated. So we have consistently been in the best league of the best teams in England. And we have won the league 13 times. And these other teams have won it 20. But each 20 and 20. But we've come second so many times, which makes us very consistent and very good to keep finishing second to the best team. So whilst we're not considered to be of the best team, we have lost to the best team on very many occasions, which makes us good. You can't, lose to the best team, and you can't be second many times and be a bad team. You have to be fairly good. So whilst you're not considered the very, very best, and they brought him a coat of the very, very best, and the soldier put it on. Oh, don't talk about Beckham. See you later, Dave. Thanks for popping in. So, can't deny that he could take a free kick, cross the ball. But he was not a player like Ronaldo or Messi or I'm not going to say any Arsenal players because then you just think I'm just being biased. But so Ronaldo, Messi, Ivanovic, Ibrahimovic, whatever his name is, like those sort of people. He wasn't a dribbler and a fast runner and multi-skilled, multi-talented. I can't deny he was a good footballer, but he wasn't. He wasn't going to do an amazing dribble and run through like Ryan Giggs would. So, whilst I love him to death for scoring that free kick against Greece, it's like, oh man, you can't be good looking and do things like that. That's not fair. But those are in those weird days. I don't think like that anymore. Of course, you can be good looking and talented and whatever else. But he was not a player that I'll go, I wish he played for us. We had our own good players at that time as well. Like when they were doing the do, we were the team that they were doing the do against. We were the team that was trying to stop them. And I remember one time they were so far in front of us, in front of everyone. I think it was 15 points. Was it the other way around? I can't remember now. No, they were in front of us. And the bookers had actually paid out. Like, no one's going to catch them now. They're too far in front. It's over. And they paid out bets for people who bet on Man United. And then we won it. We overtook them and won it. That was funny. It was either 15 points or 17 points they were ahead, which is basically 5 games, winning 5 games or losing 5 games in their case. So, yeah, the bookies paid out. Like Man United are so far ahead, it's over, and the bookies start paying out. Collect your bets. And then they didn't win. So that was good. That was good. And we are the only team in recent history that has gone the whole season unbeaten. They call them the Invincibles. Never lost a game all season. 38 games. Well, they went more than that because into the next season or the season before. But they did a whole season where they didn't lose a game. I think Preston did it right at the very early start of football. And they were one of the first teams that, started the game. And you're learning something about English football now. And the reason I get peed about Americans calling their football just football is because when you try and do a search, your stats come up for your teams. It's like, no, that's not football. That is American football. It's not football, what people around the world call football. It's American football and should be treated as a separate thing. American football. And our game is not soccer. And that's the difference between most of the countries around the world and America. We would not presume to change the name of somebody else's national game because we're too lazy to call our game the name that it is. It's a version of football that is nothing like football. It's more akin to rugby. So it shouldn't be called football in the first place because it's not football. You kick a ball every now and again. I'll be surprised if the percentage of kicking in American football is 10% of the game. I'd be surprised if it came out that much. Hang on. No, I'll give you a bit more credit than that because you do. Yeah, you do kick it. You do kick it. Punt it. No, kick it, punt it. Send it down for people to, a bit like rugby. So you do, and you do field goals as opposed to conversion. So yeah, maybe a bit more. The adventure isn't finding the treasure; it's surviving the people who think they own it. Yeah, you're fucking right there, Bill. You're right there. But they're all right. They're not a problem. The universe gives you riddles, not answers, mostly to watch you suffer in rhyming couplets and quadruplets. Yes, the universe does give you riddles and it gives you tests. And if you don't pass those tests, your life can be a bit ouch. And even when you do pass them, if you've got to, so in your way of doing it, you get put back in your education system. If you don't, do well, you get put back. So that's the universe. If you don't do well in life, you keep getting put back, and then you have to learn more lessons to get back to the top, which is where I was. For whatever reason that the universe felt that I needed to learn stuff, I kept getting put back until I got to the point where I was couldn't get put back anymore. I was as far back as you could go. Further back in the barn I was, with Bessie the cow and the cats and the cream. I was right at the back there with a stool that didn't have enough legs, and Bessie smacked somebody with it. That's where I was. And then, as I've explained before, you have to do the Rocky thing. You have to go through it. Not because you're being made to, because you want to win. You've got to get in stronger. You've got to run up those flipping steps. I don't know how he did that. I know he did it originally, but in his later films, I'm wondering if they cut that, him going up there. I know he made out that he was getting tired towards the top, but that's a long way up those steps. That's a long way up those steps. Like, I don't think I could. Well, I am 63, so I don't know if I could, but I don't know. It's a long way up, and I would struggle to get up them steps. And he ain't no spring chicken either, so not in his later films anyway. And I'm talking, the grey-haired Rocky, not the I must break you, Rocky. Howdy doody. Ah, these Native American Indians in here. I didn't know there was that many. Oh, I wonder what language that is and what it actually means. Whether it just means hi, how are you? I mean, hi. I don't know. I never gave it much thought until just then. You chased the mystery for years and then discovered the real prize was the therapy bills along the way. The real prize is the surviving of it, Bill. That's all it is. That's the real prize. That you can look back and go, I did that. I made it through. I made it through the rain. Who's that? David Cassidy and the Partridge Family. Got myself connected. You can solve every riddle except the one that asks why you bothered solving them. True. Very true. Why? Mind you, I can say that when I do my jigsaws. Whilst I look forward to doing them, while I'm actually doing them, I get to the point where I think, man, I can't do this. It's too hard. I mean, it never is. But I always get to that point. It's like, this is too difficult. And then I end up doing it. Bits start to, fall in place. There was one I did the other day. Oh, man. That was great. So the first bit was easy because the water was multicolored and the waves obviously went one way. So when you're connecting the pieces, you had an idea of which way the piece had to fit. Otherwise, it wasn't going to fit because the waves went the wrong way. So that was easy. And the pink flowers was easy because you knew that all those pieces must fit in that area. But then, oh man, the greenery that was everywhere. There's the green foresty bit at the top, the green foresty bit at the side, and then all the green within the buildings. And then the buildings themselves, it's in one of them European countries where the buildings are all different colours. So you've got like a yellow building and another yellow building and another yellow building and a red building and another red building, or purple, whatever colours they were. And it's like, oh, this must go here because it's yellow. It's like, oh no, it doesn't. It goes over there because it's yellow. No, no, it goes over here because it's yellow. It's like, oh, that doesn't work. And then the green, it's like, this bit of green must go with this. No, what about this bit of green? No, what about this bit of green over here? So the only easy, oh, and the sky was easy. The blue, it must go here because it's blue. Must go here because it's blue. But then the bit in the middle, man, that was hard work. So you have to, I don't know what the technical term for those things are, but you have like the male and female. You have the bit that goes in and the bit that accepts it. So it was always down to, right, how many males are there, how many females on the piece. And if there's two males on the piece, you look for a place that has two females for it to fit, and it's, oh man. So you're separating them out into the colours, and then I'm thinking, I'm never going to do this. And then I did it. I was like, oh, I'll do another one now. So, Bill, isn't that the truth? He's correct in what he says. Diapers on street. What? I thought he was busy fighting. Ain't got time for diapers. Oh, that's why he's wearing a diaper, because he ain't got time. Finally, something to match the crap coming out of his mouth. Bill, you've cracked me up sometimes, man. Quotes from my videos. The blazes Red Rider blazed in the wood of his BB gun. Ooh, his baby gun. Red Rider. Wasn't that in Cleveland? There was a solve in Cleveland because of that Red Rider. And I can't remember where Cleveland was now. Cleveland. Is it Cleveland? Could have been a New Mexico one, that one. Excuse me, can't remember now. But yeah, because of that took me there. It's like, oh man, no. What I might have to do is go back and look and see if I can find my emails that I sent to Forrest. And look at, the stuff that I sent him. And wonder, why the fuck didn't you get in touch with me? And I would know what that was. The I, the ands. Was it the have with? I think and with were together. Nope, can't remember. Dang. Bill, do you own the estate yet? No, but here's a estate. Just joking, Bill. Calm down. Got to go meet a puppy buyer. Ooh, good luck with that. Let him take his pick. Going to an Amish dude. I like the Amish. I think they got the right idea. I probably couldn't live like that, but it's the right idea. It is the right idea. Somebody was talking about, I think I've already said at the beginning, iAtlas has Jesus on board. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Like, man, that would be so weird. So, is it the real Yahusha on board iAtlas? Is it the fake Jesus? Not the fake Jesus, the real Jesus, but fake um, Messiah on board iAtlas, which free iAtlas, which makes you wonder, like, was he just an alien? Are they all just aliens? The people that run our world, just well, they are just aliens. I know that, but the ones that were on the world before, did he sort of go, okay, I've done my bit now. I'll be back in 2,000 years. See you later. And gets into a spaceship and off he goes. And then he's coming back. That would be fun. That would be fun. Yes, Australian reindeer herders. No, know about that. You are brave enough to do what's hard, even when no one claps. Oh, you are so right, baby girl. So right. Australian reindeer herders. They they must have been really listening, them reindeer herders. They must have heard everything that you said. And that must be why it was always reindeering at borders. It was always raining because they were listening. Reindeer herders. Does he know they are crossbreed? Oh, crossbred. Bread? Yes, that is bread. That's right. That's right. Sorry, that's me. I was thinking of bread as in money and bread as in eating bread, and thinking of the word breed because Marvin would breed cows. But yes, that's right, crossbred. Or is it? Is it just bread with an ED? It's bread with an ED. Stop it now. Stop it. Australian Shepherd. What eats? What are you saying? That two blokes who were herders of crossbred. The anointing is dangerous. Uh-oh. Australia. What? Is it me or is your writing just? I don't think you even spell it like that in America. Shepherd sounds wrong. Looks wrong. No, and that's not bread. No, I'm not having that. Bread is BRED. Even in America, not having it. Bread, that bread is money bread. And eating bread. I'm going around in circles here with these flipping words. That none of them make sense. Like that's a shepherd. What the fuck is a shepherd? Like even if you don't use the herd, the H for the herd, because that's what he does. He herds shep, the dog. But a shepherd, I don't know what a shepherd is. Or an hard shep. I know what Lilliputians are, but I don't know what a Laponian is. A Laponian? A Laponian? I don't even know where that is. Is it in Australia? What the heck are you having a conversation about? I heard they heard. Yes, they heard. And I heard that they heard they heard. But I don't know if they were listening. Shepard's herd or shepherd's herd. Lapland equals Finland. What? What, the two countries together? Because Finland is a country and Sweden is a country. And so is Greenland. I wonder why they call them like Finland, Greenland, England, like those names. And other countries are just, they're not land. They're just Italy or Spain or France, Belgium, Switzerland. I wonder what a Switzer is. Netherlands. I wonder what a nether is. How many lands can I go through? Ireland. I know what Ire is. An angry land, that must be. Ireland. Excuse me. Scotland. The land of Scots. Land of eyes. And then Wales. Not Wales land. So we have Ireland, England, Scotland, and then Wales. What happened there? What happened there? A whale land. No, something not right there. There should be a land of some sort. Should have been Celt land. Anyway. Oh no, Kansas and Arkansas. Oh no, that's wrong, isn't it? It's Kansas and Arkansas. Why would, like, what? Why would you say that? Why would anybody do that? Call one place Kansas and another place Arkansas. Why are they not both Kansas and Arkansas and Kansas and Arkansas? Are you going there for the chess, Whistler? I'll give the GPS if you want them. You have to go halves on the $1 million though. No, I'm not going to give you the GPS. Divine timing is involved in this, so I can't do it, lad. I can't do it. I think I already know, and it's one of those. What, you already know what it is, or you already know why they call it Kansas and Arkansas? Wow, I haven't seen it for a while. Ooh, something like you has never been encountered. Well, you can say that again. Well, has been encountered, but I think I'll bring a bit more darkness than than's been encountered. Chest, bosom, to you too, or breast even. Albert Pfeiffer hunted patches and feed the meat to his pack of wolves. Well, that's not as bad as these fuckers are feeding to us. They're hunting people and feeding them to us. Well, it would have to be the lion's share. It's the only one that's worth $1 million. It's got $1 million attached to it. It can't be anything else. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't. Gives him one of them. But there is some mystery to it. It is not what you think it is. Uh-oh, confirmation. My storage is full. Yes, I don't use it. Manifest itself quietly. Their success will be loud. A group has a plot planned. Oh, I know that. Oh dear. Life is a ball game. We play jackpot, lose, or draw. Excuse me. The answers I already know is an important line in the poem. Ooh, is that right, mister? The timing of this is not accidental. Timing is never accidental. It's all divine stuff. The poem has been solved. Are you talking JCB poem? The poem, everything's been solved. If you're talking JCB, it was solved when The Thrill of Chase was on. Well, not quite then. Well, yeah, because The Thrill of Chase is still on. So it was. It was. Yes. Are you talking about the under and over and the post and the doodah bit, or are you talking about something else? I mean, I have to be honest, I didn't really read the book. Sorry to the person that sent it to me. Confirmation, excuse me. But it was interesting reading the word search and the poem. And then looking at, oh, the page number 90, whatever, 6, the wrong doodah. That was interesting. Very important that was interesting. And obviously, the word joy is interesting and important. And paying attention to detail is also important. Worth its salt, one might say. Worth its salt. Which is also riches. But words don't come easy. What's that all about? Alfie, words don't come easy. The truth of everything is already known. What is not known, because it's free will, is what these people intend to do about it. Now, I say it's not known. It's known. I say it's not known because they have a choice. They have options. Remember, if you can find a just or good person, Jonah, in that city, going to be destroyed, Sodom and Gomorrah, whatever it is, whatever the story is, if you can find some good people, I will spare them. It ain't for me to find good people. I can only ask the question. It's up to them to be good people. And if they're not good people, so be it. Ain't going to worry. Ain't going to worry. They have the option. They know the truth. They choose to ignore it. I don't know if you saw the beginning of this, but them words that I said, in that tone that I said it, you can believe that it's true. You can believe that it's true. Just got confirmation on my computer. I don't know why it's not notifying me on my phone. Congratulations. As I said, jackpot. Oh, another one. I have to keep closing them because I can't read my screen with them on there. There's so many keep going on. Anyway, I think I've said what I need to say. 134.34, which went to 134, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So I thank you for being here and the 2 likes. Cool. The truth of everything was that the one truth is the everything. No, that's not the truth of everything. Justin did something a little bit different. Simpler, easier, but different. Justin did something different. No, I don't know if Justin did something different or Forrest did something different, but it's different and it doesn't matter. The difference is easier. So the thrill of the chase was simple. Contentment, happiness is the pot, warm waters, those words, difficult, safe, right, straight, indulgence, boot, like those words, lots of words like that. And then there's Justin Posey. No, I lie. Then there's JCB, who has similar words to Forrest, but it's joy, not contentment. But he's still salty. He still likes the key. Change it, but still likes it. So in that, there is a copying. Remember, I was talking about copying the other day. There is a copying. But Justin, that wasn't a copying. That's rather like a whole card. Like, I'm not gonna do it in that way. Gonna do it differently. Gonna hold it back. I was gonna get this, but maybe someone is. I don't know why I say maybe. But... So the answers I already know. Something that I said a while back, and something that is the truth. And I also said somebody else knows. And that somebody seems to know a little bit more than I do, which is quite shocking, really. Like, they told me stuff that I didn't even know myself. I didn't know what they're telling me. And I haven't confirmed whether it's true or not true, or right or not right, or correct or not correct. Only that they were telling me stuff that I didn't know. I'm like, what? Really? So I haven't looked into it because it doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, the answers are the answers. That's all you need to know. You need to know the answers. And I know the answers. That was it. I know the answers. The worrying thing for them is they don't. They don't know the answers. They know what they did, but they don't know the answers. They know what was done, but they don't know the answers. You see, when someone asks if they can affect the future, you better have a fucking good idea what it is that they're trying to affect. Seriously. Somebody says, can I affect the future? You better have a fucking good idea what it is they're trying to affect. Because I tell you now, the future that you thought you were going to have, you're not going to have. The future that you thought you were going to have, that's been affected. Big style. Seriously. Big style. That future has been affected because there is a poem that has much more information in it than you would like. And that information The fact that you don't like it being in that poem is one thing. But the fact that that information can be translated and put on the internet, you'll like that even less. And I don't care who you are. In this world, in this realm, in this fucking quantum doodah, whatever it is, you are in deep, deep doo doo. When I say deep, you don't need to ask how deep. You don't need to ask how deep. It's deep. And everyone, every being that was involved has had a chance, a fucking good chance, to not be in that quicksand that Forrest was talking about, where those shoes were lost. Because shoes, the word shoes means more than you think it does. Trust me, I'm not lying. Look up the word shoes. You'll be like, what? No. How the fuck does shoes mean that? What's that got to do with anything? I'm not kidding. The information that can be found in words is crazy. Ever lightly, people keep asking me, who set up word hippo? Who set up word hippo? If you're asking me that question, you know who set it up. You fucking know. You don't need to ask me. And I'm not even going to tell you, even though it's known. Well, I've already told you. I've already made mention of who it is without saying the name. But if you know by what I said that I know who it is. Chicken butt. Uh-oh. Guess what, chicken? Chicken butt. Chicken putt. Chicken butt. What? I don't know. I have no idea what you're trying to say. Not that it bothers me one way or another. Good or bad doesn't make any difference. But what? How'd you go from butt to putt? Are they next? No, they're not even next to each other. Like, it's intentional. Chicken putt and chicken butt. Well, butt is an important word. Okay, what? I did it. I guessed what? Am I correct? I said the word what? I don't know what that means. Guess what? Chicken putt. Chicken butt. Guess what? Chicken putt. Chicken butt. Must be a song. Oh dear. I'm sorry, I make myself laugh sometimes. It's just because I know what I'm thinking when I read these things. And it makes me laugh because I'm not reading what you think I'm reading. I'm reading something else. You're a mod, by the way, whoever you are. Elizabeth. Good name, that. Elizabeth. There's a gentleman who told us that. What did he tell us? Trump was going to win the election in 2016. Something else in 2016 that he said. The Queen was going to die when she did, and that the King is going to die this month. If that happens, you have to wonder whether people can know the future or not. Whether people like Nostradamus really had a gift. whether it's possible to know the future. That's a bit interesting. Anyway, thank you for. Look, I've been here for bloody 12 minutes or more since I was going. But I definitely am going now. I want to make sure that Elizabeth was a moderator, but she hasn't wrote again. So, and that's if she is a she. Because I know what you people are like. You don't like being honest. Although you might be honest there, calling me chicken butt. Dear. Or chicken putt, which is a golfing term. But I don't know what it's got to do with butt, unless it's part of butter and putter. Thank you for being here. Oops. 3 days. 3 days. Countdown begins. 3 days.